Hello everybody, happy Saturdays, which will now be Sega Saturdays.
Welcome to Sega Saturday. This is our first new series.
Well, not our first new series, our first new series is Gaming Generation.
I meant this is the first episode of our new series.
Yeah, and you notice we're once again in this, because me and her are, I would say, the best in the group for Sega.
Yeah, like, Chris here is a Sega enthusiast.
Kinda. I'm more of a Saturn and Dreamcast
Enthusiast, nonetheless. And I grew up with you. I grew up with playing a Sega Genesis, so we're gonna start reviewing Sega.
She grew up with that one, and I grew up with this one. If you're wondering what this one is, this is the Japanese one. Does that mean I'm not Japanese? It's just I had a lot of friends that had imported systems. And this is probably what helped me like imported systems. But that's not important. We're going to bring together, like, her with the original Sega and me with the imported systems. We have a different ideals.
So bringing you a Sega Saturdays, we'll be doing reviews of all sorts of things.
For instance, the Mega Drive, Genesis, Saturns,
yeah, Saturns,
and the Dreamcast. God, this thing looks so tiny. It's tiny but heavy. So today we're going to be reviewing.
One moment, please.
Comics as well. Sonic comics, to be honest.
Yes, because Sonic was a big part of Sega's growth, so here we have it.
Yeah, and also Sega.
And Sega does still license these comics.
So, until they stop,
we'll keep reviewing them.
So, let's roll to the opening intro scene of the... Let's start with the opening scene here, so we can just leave off on merry way.
Okay.
Hello everybody! Thanks for watching our intro, which really sucks right now, but we'll work on it.
Yep.
So, let's start off this first season of this, because it's going to be a monthly show.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about what the discs, cartridges, and cases look like, because I really hate when reviews do it and don't show a case. Well, sometimes I might want a game and I might want to know what the case looks like.
Okay.
Instead of just looking at the game and guessing. So, and no, there's not going to be any gameplay footage because that's not important. So let's start with the first gen console that we have of the thing, which is the
Sega Master System.
and America Genesis. I think America only Genesis. I don't know. We didn't look that up. So let's show you the cartridges. Hold on, I'll show you mine first. This is the Japanese cartridge of the game Sonic the Hedgehog. Very different than the cartridge that she's holding.
Use the American Genesis one.
Show it from the sides too. It's a lot flatter, it looks like, you know?
Yeah, it's much more round. It's kind of like as if you cut
I'd say
it in
this is
half.
rounder.
Yeah, that one's rounder and a little shorter.
Also, it has this little.
Ridges.
It has this thing. It's like a. Yeah. Now, if I have to say I like which cartridge I like better, it's because I grew up with these. Like I grew up with these, but that's because I had some friends that had this. But then again, I also grew up with this too. And if I have to say which one I like better, I can't choose. Because this one catches my eye because it's different. But this one catches my eye because, you know, it's just... They're both different compared to the system that they were rivaling with, cartridge-wise. But I feel like this one's sturdier, but I like this control. Like this one with this controller. This is a controller, everybody! No, I like this one a little bit, you know. I like them both. They're both really good.
I don't know. Well, cause for me,
I just like the art style better on this, though. This one, because it's louder.
True, but I like both of them because I have a soft spot for the Genesis cartridges since I grew up with them. And I like the art still. I mean...
The art's good, but I just like... This one just makes it, like, out in your face, but we're not talking about cartridges right now.
But I like the bright colors on this one and more eye-catching. That one's all kind of a little washed out looking.
Yeah, that's because it's old.
pretty sure it's just the cartridge.
No. No.
Either way.
Because we got this at a store, and I bet you $20 is because it's old, because it's starting to wear out on some things.
Anywho.
The next one is a huge dramatic difference. Only in case, though, Sega Saturn. We have Sonic Jam and Virtua Cop, because we don't have...
Sonic games are kind of hard to find.
In America.
Yeah.
Well, they're not hard, they're just expensive. Thank you.
Sorry.
We weren't going to show that yet. We were going to show the box first and then show the insides.
Sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
It's good.
Now, let's show you the boxes. I'll show you mine first. This is a normal jewel case. You know? Very common.
Can be found in any local CD store and or video game store that sells old things.
And this is a VHS box.
Essentially, except it's taller and thinner than a VHS box, and it's actually made of a very lightweight, cheap plastic.
I won't say cheap.
Well, it's
Like
more
a jewel case
yeah,
plastic.
it's like a VHS with a jewel case.
Now let's show you the insides. This is the Japanese discs, which tend to look very different than the American discs. Don't have to take it out. Also, the American ones come with this foamy thing. I love it. I just love it. That's the smell of the 90s. Alright. Alright, show them your... Oh, God, it flops.
Kind of.
Yeah. Now, in this case, which disc do I like better? I actually... Can you let me see that? Just look at them now. This one reminds me a lot of GameCube.
Yeah.
But then again, on my half, I have to say they're both discs, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, I haven't, like, if it was both a Virtua Cop disc, I'd be like, oh, well, there's a difference, but I bet you $20 is the same disc, just different coding.
Yes, most likely.
Also, let me talk about this. Some of the Saturn games have, at no region lock, for instance, Nights into Dreams. You might as well just buy it for both consoles, like for one console, because it will work, you know?
Either way.
Yeah. Now, that's at least what I know. So, I don't know about the
Yeah.
Nights into Dreams, the Christmas edition. We don't know. And will we ever find out? We can take that risk now.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah, so let's hold these up in comparison. You hold yours up and stuff.
we have this monster case.
You can almost fit two Saturn discs, you know.
Almost.
Almost. Like, it's not big, like, yeah, no, it's not big enough to hold two. It's close enough. Close.
I know, but thickness-wise, it could probably hold like 3.
If it was only bigger. If it was only slightly bigger. Oh no, these are blocking it.
Oh, okay.
Alright, oh, thank you. That's my 90s smelling. I think if you guys don't find me in the video, that's because I died because the smell of the 90s killed me.
Yeah, it choked you, invaded your lungs.
And then this disc, this is Dreamcast. And you're wondering, you guys don't have a Japanese Dreamcast yet, do you? No, obviously not. And even if we did, we were still going to only show you one disc. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Like literally, same box and everything. Just different back. This is Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. The discs are essentially are the same, and they also finally switched over to having small jewel casings for the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Just on both ends.
I really enjoyed that. My biggest problem with these is that like the Dreamcast ended a little fast, so finding games for it are kind of like yeah.
So, and there's always that.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something we need to bring up. One, if you're looking for these kind of games, prepare to pay a pretty penny. Unless you're a major Sega collector, I wouldn't recommend these at all.
Yeah. It'd be much easier for you to find a Genesis game for relatively cheap.
Especially since half of them, you know, Genesis already came out. Like this, the only game I know that didn't come out for the Genesis, I guess, is Mega Man: The Wily Wars, and that's not even really worth it. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend this. So.
But they're still cool.
Yeah. Same goes with the Saturn games. The Japanese Saturn, it goes for a lot of money. We got ours at Retro Taco Game Store for about $100 and some.
Yeah.
and that's not bad. So.
Yeah, we got lucky, but the thing is, it's also difficult to find.
But ours came in box, so.
Yeah. But it's difficult to find Saturn games in general.
So would I say get the Saturn Japanese one? Probably, since the games go for a little bit cheaper. But if you're a hardcore collector, I'd just go with.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd go with. What would you go with? Because I feel like we've collected a Japanese collection very fast versus the American, and that's very rare. Because
Well, we just have that store.
Yeah. But I still think that's pretty hard to find.
It is. It is unusual.
You know what I guess? Here's how I'm gonna put it. If you have a Japanese, if you have an import store, go for it. If you don't, just get the American one.
It's really whatever you're interested in and available to you.
I feel like it's because if you're like what we're doing right now, we're not getting any RPGs. So
you'll do fine.
Yeah, you'll do fine if you're not looking for the RPGs. But then again, in America, there wasn't that many RPGs that came out for it, so you wouldn't know.
Right.
So, yeah. Anything you want to bring up?
No.
And then Sega Dreamcast, do what you want to, because either way, you get this, there's a select few of games that I know that didn't come out in America. It's not like, there's not a long list like the Saturn, so.
Yeah.
And if there is, excuse me, we're not on that gaming generation yet. That's next year. I'm joking. It's gonna be pretty soon, actually. We're gonna hit that generation probably next generation, actually, too. So.
Oh.
We're doing Xbox, Dreamcast, GameCube, PlayStation. Dang, that's a long list.
We're getting a little busy.
Well, we're already busy. We haven't even done gaming generations PS1.
Let's see.
So, let's get on to the controllers. Now we're going to talk about controllers, which if you watch Gaming Generations, you might as well just skip because...
You're not going to learn anything new.
Except you might know that we have a new opinion on some controllers.
True.
Alright, this is the Mega Drive / Genesis controller. It's the same thing. Like, literally, there is no difference.
There is a difference.
What's the difference?
The difference is color.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, it's that minute. The start button is gray and the letters on the buttons are actually black on the American. Yeah, it's like the start button is blue.
You said gray.
In the Genesis controller, it's gray.
I thought it was white.
No, gray.
I
It's a
was
light.
white.
It's whitish gray.
I remember it being white, but that's probably because I had a British one. My friends. I'm sorry, I have some weird friends.
And then the ABC buttons have no color on
When I
them
mean
at all.
difference, I'm talking about major difference in shape.
Oh.
Because even with that color, some American ones have this color.
Never seen an American one.
Yeah, because you've never seen hiccups.
Anyway, but they're essentially all the same.
They are the same. They play the same. They're the same thing.
What I meant.
You said essentially. They're just the same.
I'm sorry.
I would say this controller is very comfortable for what it is.
Yeah, it is.
But I'd say it's a very comfortable controller.
Yeah.
Would I recommend getting a Dream Genesis for the controller? No, I guess. My biggest problem with this controller is for games like Street Fighter where you have to press the start button to then press the kick and
Yeah, the Street Fighter did not work very well on the Sega Genesis.
Nor did
or Mega Drive.
Mortal Kombat.
No.
And that's something else I'd have to bring up, that it just didn't feel like this controller feels very lacking in buttons. It only has a 3-button thing, and the 3 buttons aren't in a diamond format, which people complain about that, but that means they'd have to add an extra button.
Yeah.
Which they don't do until later. Not much later, actually, very soon. But yeah, do I like this kind of thing? It's bad for fighting games, but for platformers where this is where like these buttons are like each do something different, it's fine.
Yeah. It's actually not too bad.
Now this is coming from a Nintendo gamer, so
Yeah.
Alright, you can put that on the controller. We're done with that. We already wasted like 2 minutes on that. We're gonna waste like an hour on the next one.
Alright. Did you pull those up?
Gotta find them. Alright, the next ones are the Sega Saturns. Okay, well, remember I was saying they'd add buttons, right?
Yep.
They added more buttons.
Yeah, they added
8 more buttons.
Oh yeah, because they added the bumpers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 buttons added to it. Now, this is the Japanese one, and I believe this is the Model 1 controller. I have no clue where that came from.
But this is the American one.
At least we think.
It is.
It is?
Pretty sure.
Now, what would you say about these controllers? Because I feel like this controller is comfortable, but it's only comfortable for like 2D games.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Well, 3D games, that one's better because that's what it's on. I can show you.
Yeah, this one has, like, if you look at the D-pad, it's got like little edges.
And it catches your finger.
So, yeah, like you said, it catches your finger. It's pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty.
And then this one doesn't have it, as you can see there.
This is basically a Genesis controller, but with 3 more buttons with 2 bumpers.
Yeah.
This one is like you took that same controller, squished it, and then put little edges on the D-pad.
Bent it.
Yeah, and then bent it a little bit.
I feel like that's really comfortable for the hand.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. It just sits quite
right
nicely.
there. I would say this one's also kind of comfortable as well. What would you say?
This one is very comfortable. I've never really had a problem with.
I haven't had a problem with it for fighting games.
Yeah.
This was really good for fighting games.
Yes, it's quite.
We haven't tested out this one yet, but I don't. Yeah, we have. I have.
Yeah.
Fighting Vipers. It's good. It's just I don't know yet. I gotta play with that one more. So.
Yeah.
Would I recommend this controller for the console? You gotta deal with it anyways.
There weren't really. You didn't have many other options unless you got the special controller.
Which looks like the next gen console. Well, we should just end it there because I think we should show the next one. And I really like these controllers. They're nice.
Yeah.
But they're not good as, in my opinion, my favorite controllers for the Sega systems are the Dreamcast. This is a controller I've dreamed of for years as a kid. We finally got the Diamond, which took them like forever to get that. We finally got the Diamond. We got a thumb pad, which a lot of people complain about, but I don't mind it. And then there's the I don't like this so much.
The little D-pad, the start button, and the triggers.
And the cord is at the bottom. Also, as she said, they've got triggers plus
The memory pack.
VMU.
Yep.
Video memory card.
Yep. Where it will sometimes it'll play special little.
It'll have little mini games. You're able to update channels, and it shows little things on your. It's like they show little pictures of stuff, you know, like pixelated holographic pictures. This controller fits right in your hand, like literally. Because what happens in the back is there's these little grooves, so when you hold it, boom!
Yeah, it's super comfortable to use.
May I also add that first-person shooters for this game kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I love them, but they're just not as good.
They're ridiculous. The one I played is ridiculously fun.
But it's just, you know, you gotta get used to the
controls.
Yeah.
A little complicated.
A little bit. But all in all, this controller is really well done, you know, really like it.
Yeah. It's a good controller.
Yeah. Now, was there other controllers for this? Yes, there's multiple accessories that we're going to talk about. The accessories right now? No, that's a totally different episode.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, that's for another time.
But what would you talk about this controller for a minute? Like, what would you say?
Well, it was quite an evolution for Sega, like to create this. Was it capable of holding more than one thing in the back?
Yeah, it was able to hold another memory card or a rumble pad.
Okay, that's why it's so big. Also, this was one of Sega's first chances at like customizable controllers and stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
That was kind of becoming a thing at the time, where it's like Game Boys came in different colors, controllers came in different colors.
Yeah, like the Nintendo 64 had
came in
multiple
different
colors.
colors.
I don't think the PlayStation even had different colors.
Did?
Yeah, they had blue, red.
Oh, I had never seen one of those.
And then I think this was around the time of GameCube, so.
Yeah, and GameCube.
GameCube definitely had different colors. I know that for sure. And PlayStation 2 did. Xbox, I don't think did.
Xbox, no.
I think Xbox only came in black. No, it came in colors too.
It did?
Yeah.
So, there you have it.
Very Xbox-esque controller.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of makes you wonder if Kingdom first.
they did, obviously. Sega did.
Yeah.
Because all this is a 3D controller just with added buttons.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
So,
we're done with controllers, and we're gonna end this off. Then nice little end off here. So we're gonna sign off. Thank you for watching us talk for a while. Sega Saturdays is only going to be once a month thing.
But it'll be a new episode will come up one Saturday a month, and we'll be doing a different thing with our Sega things, whether it be reviewing games, a console, or an accessory.
Or a comic book.
Or a comic book.
Now, there are going to be some rules to comic books. Sonic the Comic Online, I am not going to review. One, it's the Fleetway comics, and you're like, oh, well, but what if you want to review the Fleetway comics, and if you review the Fleetway comics, you'll be happy. Well, that's cool for you, but I don't read the Fleetway comics, and it's a little too far ahead of time for me. I used to read the Fleetway comics back when one of my friends used to read them, but now my friend's parents traveled a lot. But, you know.
So it's one of those things of now you're so far behind, it would be a rather daunting task to get back into it.
Yeah. And two, how long is the show gonna run for? Until we collect everything and review everything Sega. In other words, forever.
Or at least until we get very, very bored.
It's every month. We're not gonna get bored.
Okay.
We're gonna have breaks though. So,
anyway.
So, what is our first review gonna be? I believe it should be a Sega Saturn game. Due to Saturdays being known for Saturn days. So I feel like we should review a Saturn game because of it. But I feel like we should review a Japanese one because might as well get those out of the way.
We only have we have a lot more than I thought.
Than we used to, so.
So, do we have to pick now?
No, we'll pick later.
Okay. So, if you're interested in finding out what we did finally choose on, tune in next time on Sega Saturdays.
Which actually might not even be next month. It'll probably be like in the next 2 weeks because I said so. Alright.
And he's the boss. Anyway.
Well, technically you're the boss too. You kind of help me run the show.
Whatever.
And as you can tell, I'm getting very tired.
So,
I'm starting to sound like a lady most.
Tune in next time. Bye.